Well, my name is Anthony Coughlin. I am Director of the National Platform EU Research Information Centre, which seeks to produce information on EU matters and the Lisbon Treaty and so on. Well, the Treaty of Lisbon gives the European Union its own constitution for the first time. In effect, it establishes legally a constitutionally new union. That's why it's a constitution, it constitutes a new union. What we know as the European Union today is not separate from its member states. It consists of the member states and the community and so on. It's not separate from its member states. What the Treaty of Lisbon does would be to establish a legally new union, separate from its member states and superior to them for the first time. The Article 1 of the Treaty on European Union is amended to state that the Union, this new Union, will be founded on the present treaty and on the Treaty on the Function of the European Union. And these two treaties shall have the same legal value. The Union shall replace and succeed the European Community. That's Article 1. And that's clearly a new Union, separate from its member states for the first time. Because if you go to Article 47, you say that the Union shall have legal personality. In other words, it's made a legal actor, a legal person, like a state, for the first time. They're being asked to give permission to the state, Ireland, to ratify the Treaty of Lisbon and be a member of the European Union established by virtue of that treaty, the Treaty of Lisbon, which is clearly different from the union that at present exists, what we call the EU, which was based on the Treaty of Maastricht in 1983.
Lisbon sees the EU become a legal entity in its own right, with its own courts, its own lawmakers, its own de facto cabinet, its own president, its own Minister for Foreign Affairs, even its own diplomatic corps. It's a shape that dare not speak its name. Federalism for slow learners. Federalism for slow learners. Federalism for slow learners. But shh, don't talk about it.
If in my country we would be presented with a document with the word federal in it, it would be impossible. And it's the same thing here.
Federal states' sovereignty and citizenship is divided between the federal level and the local or regional level. That's true of America, it's true of Germany, federal Germany, and it will be true of the European Union if Lisbon goes through. You have two citizenships of the European level and the national level. You've sovereignty divided between the two. If there's any clash between the rights and duties of either citizenship and our national citizenship on the one hand, and the rights and duties of European Union citizenship, the new European Union on the other, the latter of course prevail, and the European Court of Justice would lay down the rights of 500 million or so EU citizens who will be citizens of the post-Lisbon European Union. This is the constitutional revolution to all intents and purposes. Well, Article 9 deals with citizenship. It says every national of a member state shall be a citizen of the Union. Citizenship of the Union shall be additional to, that's new, additional to national citizenship, and shall not replace it. The reason some people call us European citizens at the moment is partly to disguise the fact that this huge change is being made. Sounds complex, but it's a kind of way in which people are used to being made used to the phrase European Union and being made used to the concept of EU citizenship, and yet suddenly it's transformed, its legal essence, its legal substance is transformed into a real union and a real citizenship with real rights and duties, and yet people are not made aware of it. They don't become aware of it until, of course, it's done and it's too late to draw back. President of the Foundation for EU Democracy, Brussels, which actually published this reader-friendly edition of the Lisbon Treaty, which was edited by the former Danish MEP Jens Peter Bonde. And if people are looking for good information and accurate information on the legal issues relating to the Treaty of Lisbon, I would recommend the website euabc.eu.